Hello, everyone. My name is Robert E. Morgan. I'm the University Organist at Stanford University, and I'm delighted to welcome you to this week's Lunchtime recital. As you know by now, I love my programs to have a connection between each of the pieces. Makes it a bit more coherent. So you may look at the program for today and wonder what possible connection there could be between the Elizabethan English composer Orlando Gibbons, Mozart, and Tchaikovsky. Well, the three works that I'm going to play for you today have one very important thing in common. None of them was originally written for the organ. These are what we call transcriptions, a process by which pieces are arranged for instruments other than the original. So, to begin with, the Fantasia in F minor by Mozart was written, amazingly enough, for a musical clock. Such clocks were very popular in Mozart's time, and works were written for them by Mozart, Haydn, Beethoven, Schubert, among others. They were basically very small organs placed within a clock mechanism. Every hour, one of these pieces would be played via the mechanism. This work by Mozart, which I'll play, was written during the last year of his life, and one suspects that the reason for his accepting, somewhat grudgingly, the commission to write it was based purely on financial needs. In a letter to his wife, he wrote, and I quote, "If it were on a large clockwork with a sound like an organ, I'd be glad to do it. But it is a thing made up of tiny pipes only, which sound too shrill and childish for me," unquote. So we're rather lucky that these pieces that he wrote for musical clock work very well on the organ. I wrote this transcription in 1998, bringing it within the realms of the many colors of the organ. It falls into three main sections. The first presents us with a large, majestic, dotted figure, which follows into a very elegant fugue. The second section is a gorgeous aria, followed by a set of variations. Then, following a cadenza, we return to the music of the first section. However, now it's more developed and leads to an extraordinary conclusion. Orlando Gibbons was born in the final quarter of the 16th century and, in his short life, achieved much fame as an organist and as a composer in and around London. This short fantasia for three parts may well have been written for a consort of three viols, those beautiful stringed instruments which figure so highly in early music. Unfortunately, it is not known who wrote this transcription for keyboard, but it really is it's a beautiful introspective work. Very, very poetic indeed. To conclude, this wonderful Coronation March by Tchaikovsky, a glorious piece, certainly of a type which you would expect from this master composer. I suppose there is a connection between this and the Mozart piece in that Tchaikovsky, so it's said, viewed writing this piece as an intrusion into his work. This march was not so much commissioned as commanded by the city of Moscow for the celebrations of the coronation of Tsar Alexander III in 1883. One reviewer, following one of the earlier performances of it, conducted by the composer, wrote, quote, "His coronation march is simple, strong, and sober, but, not surprisingly, original. It is a broad, scholarly, and worthy effort," unquote. However, I think it's a great work, and it's so much fun to play. I hope you enjoy it. All of what you're hearing in these recitals are performances which are recorded at Memorial Church over the years, some of them at Sunday services, some of them at concerts. I do hope you enjoy these transcriptions. There will be a lot more coming. Thank you so much for listening. Be well, take care, and stay healthy.